you're blue again. That blue. Stay over here for a little bit. Then now you're yellow. Whatever. Woke up at 9:15. Got, I think, 8 hours. Was having the worst sinus migraine. So it took a little bit. It took like about an hour to actually go to sleep. Which means like I probably fell asleep around between 1:30 and 2 a.m. Not that bad. Between 12:30 and 1 a.m. I think I fell asleep at 1:15. I'm completely guessing. Anyways, but yeah, I haven't eaten. I just put on the same clothes. Yesterday I was in my pajamas all day. Today I changed, but I changed to clothes that I've worn before. Sorry, I just need to take a shower today and I can't justify wearing nice clothes when I haven't showered. I'm just sitting in the house. Also, I can wear all of these a second time because I haven't really done anything, so they don't really smell. They don't really, sometimes they do, but I don't sleep in them, so maybe that's the difference. I don't know, like you don't really wear them. Gonna go work, but just feel kind of a little bit odd. Went to bed again pretty centered and calm and everything, and then I woke up not that off center, but just enough to feel a little odd. And I think like my thoughts, my fears are starting to talk a lot again. They're very specific things that they say all the time and they're coming back. Let's try to not let them talk, or be loud at least. Let them talk, but just not that loud so I can ignore them. Yeah, I have to edit a lot today because I didn't do any editing yesterday. I was so tired. Hopefully today will be better. I'm still tired, but I feel a little better, so hopefully I'll be a little more productive. I'll talk to you later. Bye. I was having some issues with my internet for my work laptop, and I went on Google, on regular Google. This is what it showed up. When I pressed Google, this is what came up. The numbers are higher than even now described because people were not tested from the start, etc., etc. But to see, when I saw like confirmed cases, recovered, and then deaths, 18,278 recovered cases in Italy, 13,915 deaths, 13,915 deaths in a month, 2 months. Let that sink in for you. To me, that is not right. In 2020, especially in a country that has a health system, and there are a lot of countries who don't really have a good health system, 13,915 deaths is not okay in a country that has a health system that is pretty, obviously not that robust, but it was in theory in 2020. In a month to 2 months, because it's been about 6 weeks, I think, or just like coming on to the 6th week. 6 weeks, 13,000 deaths in 6 weeks. I think this is a time to reflect and really think, do we want to have this as a norm? Like, oh yeah, I mean, when gun violence is talked about and how it's talked about, like, oh, it just has become the norm, and all these deaths and injuries and so forth, they're just, you know, casualties of war in a way. A war that no one is fighting. When you go to war, you choose to do so. Otherwise, you don't. Every day when you're going to the grocery store or whatever, you're not choosing to go to war. This is not impossible. It's just that we are accepting this to be the norm. We're accepting, like, yeah, people die. It's not impossible to be more careful. It's really not impossible to have a better health system in terms of not just the hospitals and all that stuff, but also how you take care of yourself, how you structure the environment at work where people can stay home if they're sick and don't come in when they're sick because they need to get paid and they know that they only have like 2 weeks vacation and that includes sick time, or you have like 5 sick days for the whole year, and it's not fair, not just to them, but I also don't want to get sick from someone else, and someone else doesn't want to get sick because of me coming into work because I ran out of sick days, or I'm saving them just in case it's worse. Something I feel needs to be done about that. People are now a lot working from home, so implement those moments where you are able to work from home if you're sick. You can look at the number and it's like, oh, only 13,000. You can also look at the number, it's like, oh, 13,000. if you try to think of how many people live on your street, in your building, etc., in your community, in your city, imagine if out of your city, if you live in a big city, I guess it might be a little less impactful, but imagine the actual people, 13,000 people. And on the other hand, too, the sickness of it, people who are very young and healthy have had really severe symptoms. Like when they describe it, and they don't describe it sensationalist, they just describe it very bare minimum emotion, just very factual. I don't want that. I don't want to feel like I'm dying for like a few days. I don't want to feel like I could die. I don't want to feel like I can't breathe. I've done that. And then coughing. I wasn't coughing when I couldn't breathe. I just couldn't take in air. Anyways, I am going to get back to doing work and stuff. Connected my Wacom tablet wirelessly, thank goodness, so I don't have to worry about the wire. I'm gonna go and I will talk to you later. Well, bye. I have my brownies and I don't know if you have eaten these popcorners, but they're really good. They're so good. They're so good and very simple. And also allergy friendly. Not manufactured in a place with any other allergens, etc. It's just popcorn. It's yellow corn, sunflower oil, and sea salt. Gluten-free, no nuts, no dairy, vegan, no artificial colors or preservatives, etc. They're very good. Yeah, they're not too salty either. But anyways, I should go eat. I don't really feel like eating. I feel very just odd. I feel like I said that right in the previous segment, but yeah, I just feel odd. I was watching some YouTube videos, caught up with my family in Romania, my dad, and then I was looking at some YouTube. I wanted to see a little bit more. I saw Governor Cuomo's brother who has a talk earlier this morning, and then after that I saw something about Japan preparing for another wave of it, or a wave of it. I found this Bachelor updates on some of the Bachelor people, and one was with Hannah Brown and Tyler. It was cute. They were like pillow fighting and everything. Made me think. And then I was watching Made in Chelsea little updates because I can't watch the show. If anyone knows how I can watch Made in Chelsea or The Only Way is Essex in the US, please let me know. I don't know, like one of like the best couple moments or something like that. The cutest couple moments, I forget. One of them was Jamie and Sophie Habu. There's a lot that stood out. I watched it like a while back too, and I was like, oh, wow, this is interesting. Gosh, Jamie is also a Cancer, a fun bunch. Like, you look at him and he seems so nice and endearing, and like he's lovable and he seems like a good guy, but then he does some really bad stuff. And one of the things that she was saying is like, you did these things that are just bad. People who do something bad always go for technicalities, like, well, technically we were not together, technically blah blah blah, or the excuse of, well, I couldn't read you. This is what he was saying. I couldn't read you. You're in and you're out and you're just going back and forth and it was hard. And I'm like, well, in my head, and she probably said this too, in my head I'm like, how is that an excuse for you to sleep with other people? And for him, it was like that same day. It's like a lot. But yeah, like, how is that an excuse? I don't get that. Nowhere does that make sense. Or I shouldn't say it makes sense probably, but nowhere is that okay and a good thing to do or a right thing to do morally, ethically, etc. So, and then the other thing is they were friends, and it's like if you're a friend with someone, in a way it kind of means more that you really care for them as opposed to just like, which is like backwards, but I don't know, it's a messed up world out there. But anyways, all of that just kind of made me feel more odd. And then Maver and Miles. Miles is so cute. He is like a beautiful male specimen. He's a beautiful male person. He's just beautiful. I don't like her that much. I don't know, just something about her I just don't like. I think part of that is just my experience with French women, PTSD with French women. I don't like women who play games and are nasty. But anyways, I just feel odd. You know, honestly, I feel like I'm hurting the person that I care about most and they're hurting me. And it's like we don't really know how to stop this thing that neither of us want. Neither of us want to hurt each other as far as I know. We definitely don't want to hurt ourselves. So I don't understand. And that was really what I was bringing up this past week. I just don't know how to be. I don't know. It's not that it shouldn't be like this in this generic thing, but like with us, it doesn't make sense that things are this way. And I don't know. I just feel very odd. It's just a very different feeling than I'm used to feeling or that I've felt before. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Definitely tomorrow and Sunday I have to catch up on all my vlogging. It'll be a little delayed, I guess, the vlogging. Maybe I'll just post it all at once. I like scheduling it because when things like this happen, the break isn't that much of a break. Like last night, no video got published. And tonight, I hope to release at least the brownies one and maybe the senza giacca e cravatta if I can figure things out with there. So, you know, there's not much of a pause because I was releasing them so far in advance. So I have quite a few. I have like 5 days that I have not released yet. And yeah, nothing that I would say would explain to you much of anything. Just an odd time. Anyways, let's go to lunch, I guess. Oh, we do have some good lunch today. Okay. Yeah. Bye. I feel like I'm on an elevator or something. Hello, I am so bare, no necklace, no earrings, nothing, but there we go. It is 7:43 and I just finished my appointment with my therapist. And yeah, I'm excited. So it's Friday, right? Yeah, it is. It's Friday. I can't believe it. I'm excited for a lot of the things that I have planned as far as working on myself. I have an assignment from my therapist, which actually I'm going to share with you. I haven't done the assignment and I'm not going to share that. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But maybe this is something useful for everyone to do. I mean, I'm pretty sure it is. Unless you're all enlightened and everything. But having 2 lists of all the things that I feel I need to do in a relationship. What do I think I should do? I don't even know if we specified in a relationship, but yeah, in a relationship. And what are the things that I need from other people to do, from the other person to do? That's not grammar. It's not grammar. It's not grammar. And I'm very excited about thinking of that because I've definitely noticed things like, oh my gosh, I feel I need to do this. I'll give you an example. Last weekend, I was so in the zone with YouTube and everything, and I felt so guilty about that. I felt so guilty that I didn't think of, I'm gonna say it, I didn't think of at all for hours. I felt guilty about that. It seems weird to feel guilty about that, but I do. Then I also feel guilty when I think about him all the time. So, but I definitely have this voice in my head. When you love someone, you think about them all the time. When you love someone, you want to be with them all the time. When you love someone, you want to talk with them all the time. The reality is, no. Like, I feel guilty for enjoying time for myself. I feel guilty for enjoying time when I think about myself and I think about, oh my God, I just edited this video and I'm all about this video, or like I'm on set and I'm all about this film and I'm not thinking of my significant other or someone I like or supposedly love, all that stuff. I feel guilty in those moments. And that's not, it's something. It's not really okay because it's, what that sounds like is that I'm not really authentic. Why am I so nasally right now? I think it's like these allergies. Migraine is coming back. Oh no. I need to do something about my sinuses. Anyways, I do that. Yeah, that is so crazy. It's beautiful noticing it though. Because when you notice it, you become conscious of it. It becomes part of your awareness as opposed to doing subconsciously and then getting all this mixed up sort of dynamic going. Wow. And when you put it like that, like, oh, I feel guilty for enjoying myself because I didn't think of the other person. And I feel like, who am I to say that I love the other person if I don't think about them? Which is something that I don't believe. And those things don't match up. What I believe and what I want and what feels natural to me doesn't match up with what I feel I should do and what the rule is for when you love someone. And then I become known for what is not even me. And then I get frustrated at the other person who sees this as me, that is not me, but is this mask that I put on, this rule that I adopted of, well, this is what you need to do when you're in love. This is what you need to do with someone you love. I mean, literally, that was kind of thrown in my face. And I was told that so many times, just because I don't think about you, Irina, doesn't mean you're nothing to me. And in my head, in the moment, I'm like, that doesn't compute in my head, because I, somewhere along the line, was taught that, no, you love someone, you think of them. You don't just you not think of them all the time. And it's just like so confusing thing. And then I end up not even knowing, well, do I love or do I not love this person? And it just becomes just this crazy mess and chaos. So I'm looking forward to do this list. Maybe I'm gonna regret not doing it earlier, but I think either way, doing it now is helpful rather than not ever doing it. Better late than never, right? And I guess I might share that with you because it's kind of cool. But if I don't and I decide to keep this to myself, I would definitely encourage you to do this list for yourself. If you're in a relationship or not, and you're like, you know, just something doesn't feel right. Like if I ask for this, I ask, and it's happened all the way back to when Pine Tree and I remember telling him how I needed more communication, like just texting, for him to tell me what he does during his day, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, you think just because I don't text you, I don't think about you? I'm like, yeah. But then he did that, and then I criticized him. I told him, silly me, because I'm so open and I just express everything, and then the person gets so confused because I have no filter and I also don't have everything organized in my brain already. I said, well, that made me feel suffocated. And he's like, okay, I'm so confused. So you want me to text you all the time, or you don't want me to text you all the time? Well, I don't know. That's so confusing. I can see how that can be confusing, and I don't know. Like, do I not like this guy? Do I not love this guy? At that point, I don't know if I thought about love. Maybe. But like, do I not have those feelings? Is it just like infatuation or something? Because I feel like I want these things. I feel like I need these things that I'm asking for, or not even asking for it sometimes, most of the time. But then I get them and it doesn't feel right. I actually don't want them. And I can see how it's confusing. And then I feel ashamed and guilty. And I feel like, well, I should just shut up and not want anything because I don't even know what I want, apparently. It just creates a huge pile of mess that I can't even begin to explain is what I wanted to say. Looking back, it's easy to say, well, do this list and your worries will be gone. You'll have a better idea and your mind will be organized, but it's not going to be. But it's a start, or it might be, I don't know, but it's definitely a start to become aware. And also, I think you can't really become aware until you are aware, but maybe you can, I don't know. But I definitely have had these thoughts of, oh, I have the sense that I should be doing this. And then that's what I also ask for the other person. But then it feels foreign when they give me that, or when they say that, you know, not everyone wants what I want. And I'm like, wait a minute, don't make this that I want this. And then they're like, what do you mean you don't want this? Then why do you want it if you don't want it? And then they get frustrated and it all just blows up, and there we go. I don't know, I make up words now. Why do I have the sinus migraine? Like, it literally just started with the sun going down. This is so crazy. And you can hear my nasalness. I held back on that. But I'm excited. I have this list that I probably am going to do maybe tonight. I also have the belief plan that I need to work on that I also need to do. Probably tonight I'll do at least one. I'll go with 3 questions, or at least write something for the 3 questions, and then I can come back. But I have total of 11, I think. I have the book that I need to download, and then I have the upper limiting book, the Big Leap one that I need to finish, YouTube, and just general vision board stuff. And I'm so excited about that. But I'm sure along the way I'll start feeling not necessarily guilty. At this moment I don't feel like I'll feel guilty, but I'll definitely start thinking about hiccups now. Things that take my not my distraction, things that will take my attention away from those things, even though I'm so excited about them, and they are actually the things that will help me in the things that I'll think about. Yeah, I don't know. It's a mess. I don't honestly think that I'm as much of a mess as I come across as being, and as I say that I am. I don't think I'm a mess at all, but I think things get in the way and it makes me look very messy. Just like all over the place. People don't know what to do with me. And I keep saying, like, you're not here to give me what I need and what I want. You're not here to be what I need and what I want. You're here to be yourself. And that just meshes or doesn't mesh. I think when 2 people equally feel exasperated, asking the other person, what do you need from me? What do you want from me? I think that's a huge red flag, that there's all these conversations in both people's heads, all these pressures that aren't being asked by that person or by ourselves of that person, and trying to unweed all of that. I don't think unweed is a word. Would help the chaos and would help that frustration. Nothing else would, because nothing is clear. I will say that I've felt a lot of pressure to be perfect lately. Not just lately. I think always, probably, but never more so than lately. Never more so with Pine Tree. I felt like crap. I found someone that for some reason I really wanted them. I really wanted him to be part of my life. I really valued him and didn't want him to go, and wanted to protect that and protect him. And it made me feel this huge pressure to be perfect and to be perfectly what he needs me to be, or else I wouldn't be enough, or I would be too much, which to me, being enough and being too much are the same thing. I think maybe because of one of my languages, like, when you're too much, you're also not enough, in the sense of you're not what that person wants or needs or whatever. You're inadequate. I think that's where it comes from, you know? You're inadequate whether you're too much or not enough. And I felt that all the time, like I wasn't enough. I wasn't enough. I wasn't enough. At the same time being too much. Being too much. And some of that was probably just the present moment, but a lot of that was obviously from all the things that, oh, Robin, just as Karamizu, which means brick-like, not crimson, that brick orange red thing color. Anyways, and I just got tired of not feeling enough, feeling the pressure to be perfect, or else if I'm not perfect, he will leave. If I don't give him enough of my attention, he will leave. If I don't text him enough, he will leave. If I'm not in his life enough, he will leave. But if I'm too much in his life, he also will leave. You see how it's like a lose-lose situation. Like, I just got tired to feel imperfect for him, and the pressure to be perfect, to not mess up, to not say too much and not say not enough. It just kind of blew up this week, of feeling the pressure to be perfect, and that I wasn't perfect as a result. I keep hearing this little girl inside, this voice of this little girl inside, little me, kind of whining. I don't want to feel like I need to be perfect anymore. I'm tired. I don't want to have to be anything else but who I am, and I want to be loved for who I am, and I want this to be perfect. I want who I am to be perfect. I'm just tired. all I can feel and all I can hear is this voice inside of me in my head just saying over and over again, I'm just tired. And the same thing with work. Like, I want to be enough. I'm tired of having faults. I'm tired of people being dissatisfied with me. Yeah. And deep down, I really believe that I can be loved, that I can be lovable. And that's why I take on this way of dealing with that by sharing myself. If people get to know me enough, they'll love me. Maybe just all the other stuff is keeping people from loving me, getting in the way. That's how I view this. Anyways, all right, 8:05. I'm gonna go eat a little bit more. Eat dinner, just wind down and do what I can do about these lists. But I feel maybe just winding down for the day and getting some more sleep, and then tomorrow editing all day. I'm excited about that. So I will talk to you later. Have a wonderful night and peace, love, and compassion. 안녕 키케세요. 안녕 키카세요. 짜이잔. I always do that because I have to remember like the inflection. Bye bye, 백구른. Pa matane, jane, hasta luego, and ciao. Mwah.